Hello, I'm Mark with Southend TV. Today here I'm with Kelly Freeman. She's 28. She's got an invisible illness.
I have indeed.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
I've got a condition. I've actually got two conditions called myalgic encephalomyelitis. Basically, we call that ME. And I also suffer with fibromyalgia as well. They can be interlinked, but some people have them separately as well.
I see. Right. So how long have you been living with this?
I've been diagnosed for about 4.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't particularly well when I was younger, when I was a child. But it never really kind of got picked up on properly. And then it's just developed over the years and obviously magnified in the last few years.
I see. So what would you like to achieve from your visit here today?
It was just really to raise awareness of ME, really, because it leaves a lot of people bedbound and housebound. The level of adult services that are out there are reducing because of funding, and that leaves people with the need to kind of raise funds for themselves to buy equipment, mobility equipment, wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs, ramps for the houses, and anything that basically would help them on a day-to-day basis, even like care services and things like that, because the funding just isn't always there for everybody.
I see.
So it can be quite difficult for people to live on an everyday basis, specifically if they're housebound or bedbound. I'm at the moment fundraising myself for an electric wheelchair that suits my needs, because that can't be provided by charities or the NHS because of the cost of the wheelchair. It's around £15,000, so it's a lot of money because it's so specialist.
I suppose you'd be relying more on charities rather than to get your funding in the future.
Yeah, I mean, there are charities that do lend out, but they obviously, because of funding and the fact that they obviously have a certain budget for different things, they can only provide a certain amount of money for different causes and different people. So you are quite limited as to who can actually help you. So a lot of it does mean that you fundraise yourself, and obviously for somebody that doesn't really know how to do that or have the resources or aren't physically able to do that, it becomes quite difficult and quite isolating. So a lot of people are stuck indoors, stuck in bed, because they literally can't get out of their house.
So you think the situation is going to get worse with funding?
I believe so, with regards to, well, there's always cuts with disabilities, or with anything really with the NHS. There's always like continuous cuts, and it is quite difficult, I think, for people to be free and independent and to live their lives when there isn't things that can help them to actually get outside of their houses. And it's also, I suppose, quite difficult for friends and family, in terms of, because someone's not always capable of actually speaking to them, seeing them. They're not always well enough to have the people there to help. So it's a bit of a tricky situation, really.
I see. Right, Kelly, tell me a little bit about your daily routine.
My daily routine basically means at the moment I am stuck indoors. Most of the time I'm housebound at the moment. So I'm either laying in bed, propped up with lots and lots of pillows, or I'm on a sofa, again, propped up. There's not really many times where I go outside the house at the moment. It's quite difficult. You can have different symptoms. There's literally hundreds of symptoms that you could list, but I have things like continuous pain from my head to my toes, obviously extreme, like real extreme fatigue. I get a lot of electric shocks going through my brain, through my arms and my legs, constipation, nausea, vomiting, headaches, migraines, dizziness, disorientation. Some people even get hallucinations. I get a lot of muscle twitching, and so I get like a random leg or a random arm flick out every now and then. Some people end up having seizures and fits. Luckily that isn't something that I've had as of yet. You get a lot of back pain, a lot of circulation problems, and it is really, really difficult to manage like everyday tasks. cleaning, cooking isn't really possible. I can't go shopping. I have to do online shopping. Anything that requires any sort of physical movement is just really, really difficult and really restricted.
So you really need some distractions from all that.
Definitely.
What sort of help do you get to get you out of the house?
At the moment, unfortunately, again due to funding, there isn't really a lot that can happen. Care systems are available, but they cost money, and obviously everything adds up money-wise. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to fundraise for a 4x4 wheelchair, which basically supports all my body in the correct way. It lifts and it tilts, so you can sit almost like laying down, and still be at someone's eye level to be able to have a normal conversation with somebody, which is actually quite nice, rather than being lower down. So that I can actually try and get out and do things, even simple things like walk my dogs, be able to go hill walking, and all that sort of thing. Because being restricted in the same four walls all the time is really depressing, and it will be nice to be able to get out and just get some fresh air. I won't be able to go out for long, but it's better than sitting indoors all the time.
So Kelly, how can we help you today? How can our viewers help you today?
Well, there's a couple of different ways. We are currently fundraising. We've just done one fundraising event, but we've got 2 more coming up. There's going to be a dinner and disco at the Sultans in Hockley, where we're obviously going to be selling tickets to be able to put some money into the pot, basically. And we're also going to be doing a sponsored zip line where I'm trying to get everybody involved in doing the zip line in Wales that goes 100 miles an hour.
Really?
So I'm trying to get as many people doing that as possible. I'm aiming for 20 to 30 people. So people can get involved with that by contacting me on Facebook. If you just Google my profile, Kelly Freeman, that should come up. And also I want to be able to get people involved through my Just Giving crowdfunding page, which again is just crowdfunding Just Giving with Kelly Freeman on the end of it, with a hyphen in between. But I can leave all them details for people to get in touch with us.
Kelly, thank you for your time today. I hope our viewers can help you out.
Thanks ever so much. Thank you.